All right, welcome to our back bending practice for this week. We have our short band tied up. We have our 2 cushions, and you're welcome to use these under your knees while we're kneeling. And those are all the props that we need today. If you get uncomfortable wrists during the warm-up, all right, so for back bending, a lot of the time we want to try and bring our body into a really strong alignment, which is with our elbows facing forward and our arms wrapping under. But over time, as you can see, I'm a little bit strapped up. This can get really challenging for your body. So you can do things to modify to make your session more enjoyable. You can use your hands over blocks. So often if you spread your thumb and your fingers around a block, it takes the stress out of the wrist. You can bring a hand further around so the wrist is fully supported on the edge of the block. I quite like it back here, if you've got a block handy. Otherwise, you can try your hands on your fists. I'm going to start here in a slight internal rotation today, arching the back, breathing in. Nice and gentle to start, curling the spine, breathing out. Arching on the inhale, curling on the exhale. Keep going with that and just get a sense of if there's any sticky parts of your back and try and use the breath and the movement to open those sticky parts. Really lifting the chest forward and up on the breath in and creating that C curl through the spine on the breath out. Holding the curl this time, nice and slow, start to circle the ribs around. Let the head follow the movement in whatever way feels natural and comfortable. Moving the ribs through with their full range of motion. And once you come to the center, shift it back the other way. Trying to make sure we hit every part of the circle, so not skipping any bits. And before we give our arms a rest, come to a straight back. I want you to pitch your weight gently forward. Bending the elbows, circle your chest to your fingertips, over to the side and all the way up. Over to the fingertips and around, all the way to the side and up. 2 more in this direction. Try and really bring the chest forward. Keep drawing the shoulders back. Sometimes the shoulders want to round forward here. Try not to let them. Let's go the other way. Chest pushing forward. 2 more big circles with the bendy elbows. Nice, then sitting back onto the feet, knees are apart, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, and curl the ribs in, round, slide forward. Roll back, it's like a body roll. Lean back, curl the ribs in as you move forward. Chest comes up, slide back. Nice, ribs pull in, round forward. Chest pulls up, slide back. Ribs pull in, round forward. Coming back onto hands and knees. All right, so this right leg is going to hover just off the ground. We're going to take it back into a straight line, squeezing the underbum. We're not arching the back yet. I want you to keep the belt strong around your hips, and this hip has to stay pointing down to the ground. Bend the knee, breathe in, kick back, straight leg, breathe out. So bend on the inhale, extend on the exhale. 4 more like this. 3, 2, 1. All right, now we're going to bring the knee and the nose towards each other and round the spine. We're going to take the crown of the head and the toes up towards the ceiling. Exhale, curl. Inhale, arch. Keep it going. One more. Take a little sit back. We're going to roll the shoulders back. 1, 2, 3. 1 more. And forward. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Bring your arms up. Interlace your fingers. Turn your palms towards the ceiling. Push the ribs back and the hands forward. Take that over to the side. Push the ribs forward and the hands back. Go to the other side. So we're creating a circle. It's like we're trying to paint that circle with the palms on the ceiling while the ribs also travel. Then you kind of roll from one heel to the other, and that's fine. Let's go the other way. Oozy and gooey movement. Come back up to the center, bring the hands down. Let's go through that sequence on the other side. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Take a breath in to start. Extend the left leg back. Now we inhale, hover down, and exhale, squeeze back. So when we go to the next exercise, that breathing does change. Squeeze your underbutt, keep the hip face down. Good. Really notice which way the knee's pointing and the big toes pointing. Don't let them point to the side. Make sure they point to the ground. Last one here. Now we're going to take a breath in. Exhale, curl the nose of the knee using the belly. Inhale, keep the leg bent, roll the shoulders back, crown to the ceiling. Exhale, curl. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curl. Inhale, arch. Now, I want you to start lifting the heart between the shoulders as you curl and wrapping the shoulders back to the ribs as you arch. Ribs, not ribs. 2 more. Last one. Nice. Sitting back on your feet once again. This time, one shoulder at a time. Back for 8. And then forward for 8. Great. We're going to take that strap now. And you are going to wear it just, I can't actually do this exercise. It's a two-handed exercise, but I've got the strap. So I can show you where it goes. It'll be just above your elbows on your forearms. Cool? And that should be above your head with your arms fully extended. Oh yeah, I'll do it like this today. Sure, no worries, Sheila. So your thumbs are facing back, right? You've like slicey hands. Pinkies are facing me. I want you to keep your ribs contained here. Really extend up through the shoulders. We're going to pulse back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, chin in, neck long, 3, 2, hold it back. Now we're going to push out into the strap for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, back again. 10, 9, 8, ribs down, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shoulders are nice and warm. Let's have a little lie down. Let's have a little lie down. On your back, heels nice and close. Knees are parallel, so we don't want to have them squeezing together. They need to be at least a fist distance apart. And the knees and the hips and the second toes track in 2 straight lines. Get really broad through the shoulders and press the shoulder blades down through the floor. Scoop the tailbone under, lift the bottom. Now I want you to keep the ribs in. We'll get to open those out later. Let's start using the glutes where it meets the hamstrings. Halfway down on the breath in, squeeze from the underbutt on the breath out. Good. Halfway down on the breath in, squeeze from the underbutt. We've got 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now we're going to bend that right leg, keep it right on top of the hip. Halfway down, up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. Right foot comes down. Left knee comes up. Halfway down. 1. Keep this hip pulling up. Both hips even. 3. Now you're halfway. Hip push up. Squeeze your butt. 2 to go. Last one. Hold. Bring that foot down and roll all the way down to the mat. All right. So glute and hamstring starting to work nice and hard. Unfortunately, not hard enough. So we're going to rock and roll. Hands under the knees. C-curl the spine. And you can fold your legs, bring the hands over. I run out of room. I'm going to headbutt that mirror. Come into your downward dog. Okay. You might need a little walk to make your legs comfy here. Make sure you're really pushing through the arms. It's really important that you never let your shoulders pull back and down. In a down dog, you need to actively press the earth away. We're going to tap the right toe at the back. Make sure both hips face the floor. Kick it up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We're going to hold it up on 1. Hold it up. Now, flex your foot and floint it, which means energize the big toe. Cool? Energize the ball of the foot. Heel to the butt, 1. Knee stays in the same position, 2. Keep the knee facing down. Don't let it turn to the side. You've got 4 more, and 3, and 2, and 1. Step that right foot forward into a long lunge. Start to pulse the hips down and the chest up. 2, 3, 4. 4 more pulses. 4, 3, 2, 1. Step the left foot next to the right foot. Squeeze the knees and ankles together here. Reach the arms forward and up. Try not to stand up any taller than this. Okay, so the type of stretch we're going to do to release the fronts of the quads now is called a somatic stretch. But before we do that, I want you to keep your body really still in this lovely chair pose. Take the pinkies back and down for 1. Nice big circles. 2, 3, and 4. Keep your arms beside your ears. Reach up towards the ceiling. Pull the ribs in. We're going to come up for a count of 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the hands by the sides. Breathe in, stretch them up. Breathe out, fold forward. Slide the hands up the shins, halfway, breathe in. And back down the calves, breathe out. Now, if this is uncomfortable, you can bring your feet further apart and bend your knees. Slide the hands up, flat back. Slide the hands down, curl the spine. That sense of cow as we breathe in and cat as we breathe out. Find that cow again, inhale. And press the hands both down to the ground as we exhale. Now you can walk your feet back into your high plank, or you can float, which is a bit like a little jump, like this, into your high plank. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, long through the front of the hips, so really squeeze that under bum. 2, 1, downward dog. Let's do this all again on the other side. Pushing through the arms, feeling the tailbone reach up towards the ceiling. We're going to tap the left toes, keep the hips square, keep for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Keep looking back at your feet. Hold at the top. Now we flex the foot and then push the ball of the foot of the way. Kick 8, and I'm falling over. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look through the hands, step the foot all the way through at the top of the mat. So as the hip pulses down, the chest rises up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stepping that foot in. Knees and ankles squeezing. Great. Now this time, as your arms come up into your chair pose, I want you to make sure you're not overly sticking your bum out here. It should be nice and long, sweeping in and up through both the belly and the low back. I want you to see if you can pistol grip your fingers. They might not reach behind your head, but try and extend your arms fully and see if you can get your arms to come back behind your ears. Good. Hold it here for 8, 7, down lower if you can, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly coming up. 8, 7, 6, 5. Now, if you can keep that pistol grip for me, 3, 2, 1. We're going to push the hips forward and reach the arms back. Don't go too deep. I only want this to be a 4 out of 10, yeah? Just push your hips towards your toes. Bring the chest towards the ceiling. Pulse the arms back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the hands, pull the ribs to the hips. Good, breathe in, the arms come up. And breathe out, we fall to the floor. Bending the knees, lift the chest. And you can either step or float into your high plank. Take a breath here. And press back to downward dog. Okay. Walking the hands back towards the feet. Take the feet, keep them parallel and 2 fist distance apart. Roll the knees gently out towards the 4th toes and then bring your hands onto your hips. Roll the shoulders back, bring the chest forward. Cool, now we've got a nice straight back. Can you see that my bottom is behind my heels? I want that to shift forward so the weight is in the balls of my feet. I've really got to claw through my toes here. Take a breath in. I'm going to squeeze up to stand as I breathe out. Now try and keep your hips where they are as you flat back, fold forward, breathe in, and squeeze your underbutt, breathe out. Flat back, fold, inhale. Squeeze the underbutt, exhale. 3 more of these. Flat back and forward. Last 2. Last 1. All right, step the foot further apart, chest up, and then ribs in, knees bend, bum out. Chest up, bum out. Yeah, we body rolling. We body roll and standing. Now, sometimes people get sore knees. I'm one of them when we body roll, and that's because my knees are shifting too far forward over my toes. I need to focus on lifting my arches and keeping my knees back behind the balls of the feet. So I need to push back before I bend. Push back. Yeah, that's good. 2 more. 2. Really focus on how big you can make that curl through the spine. Nice. All right. Next up, we are going to come down, walk the hands out into our plank position, and bring our right foot across to our left wrist. So right foot to the left wrist, right knee out to the right wrist, and sitting down into the hips. Now, when we're using cushions as props today, and you can use it now to prop up this right hip if there is a space that makes you feel unstable. Think about sending the collarbones and the shoulders really wide here and nice and tall through the spine. I am flointing this left foot. And if you have a sore left knee, put a cushion under that too. We're going to kick our butt 5 times. So kick 1, keep the hips still. Keep your whole body still. 3, 4, up and pulse. For 5, 4, pulse it higher. 3, 2, 1, relax down. If you'd like to, you can bring the arms all the way forward in extension. If your forehead's really comfortable on the floor though, feel free to interlace the fingers behind your back in that same pistol grip and keep the shoulders and the collarbones really broad as you extend through the arms. Just here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the hands out really wide, guys. I want you to keep thinking about shoulders and collarbones broad to the side as you slowly come up through the chest. So don't let the ears come close to the shoulders. Keep that really generous space. We're going to sit over onto the right hip and bring the left knee so that it touches the inside of the right foot. Your right hand will be on the ground beside you. We're going to sweep the left arm up by the ear. Take a big breath in as you reach, and then the breath out will take that right elbow down to the ground. Look up, maybe slide the right arm further away. Another breath in here, and out. Come all the way up to sit. Bring your hands behind you with the fingers facing out to the sides or into the bum, but not out to the back. Cool, so here or here, keep your knees on the floor. If you can come down onto your elbows with your fingers facing your bum, amazing. Cool, so just really let the front of the left thigh open. You can roll your hip a little more to the right if that's comfortable for your knee. If it's not comfortable for your knee, move your foot further away from your butt, and that will really help. Good, if you want to lie all the way down on the ground, go ahead. I just find it really hard to get back up again. I don't feel like it gives me that much more of a stretch, so I'm comfy to stay here. Nice, coming all the way back up. Now that back left knee is going to, left foot, sorry, is going to come around in front of the right. Push the bum down, bring the arms up. And as you exhale, twist across to the left. I want you to split the collarbones broad and then rotate even further to the left. Keep breathing really long through the spine from the tail all the way to the top of the head. Rotating a little further. Nice, come all the way back to the center. Bring the hands down behind you. Step the feet out in front of you. So we've got those 2 fist distance between the feet. Bring your hands with the palms face out now. I want you to push the chest up and squeeze the shoulders back. And you can even dance a little from side to side in this one. Nice and easy, very gentle. Great. Cross the legs, hands come forward, roll onto the knees. And you guessed it, we're coming back into that plank position. So find that long line, take the left foot over to the right wrist, the left knee across to the left wrist. I love facing this way, it means I don't fall over. Take the right leg back as far as it'll go. Now, if you need to, put the block underneath the left hip. Make sure both hips are facing down to the ground. Keep lifting the pubic bone up towards the ribs. Are we ready to kick our own butt with that right foot? You look ready. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it up and pulse it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it on down. You can take the top of the foot to the floor now. Square up to the front, really broad collarbones, and slowly shift to the floor. Again, if it felt good for you to take the arms back and open the chest, you can, but I'm going to choose this one to just relax my shoulders as I let that hip open. Always thinking really broad through the shoulders here, nice and easy. Three, 2, 1. Bringing the hands back really wide, keeping that generous space through the shoulders as we slowly rise. Coming to sit over on that left hip and bringing the right knee forward until the left foot and the right knee touch. So the deepest version is here. I'm really comfortable with this parallel line. Hands can face out, hands can face in, but the knees stay down when you come to the ground. And if you want to turn up the volume, point that right hip over to the left knee.
Deb, sorry, didn't we do the twisty one first?
Oh, we can do that one after this. Thank you for reminding me. I would love to.
Sorry, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Side bending is important. We will do that as well. Just hanging out here for a sec. Try and really squeeze your right butt cheek to open the front of the thigh. 3, 2, 1. Coming on up. All right, take your left hand to the ground. Extend the right arm up, take a breath in, and then drop down towards the left elbow as you breathe out. Rotate your gaze up to the ceiling. Stretch it over a little further. Stay here for another breath or 2. All the way up on the breath in, and the hands come down momentarily. We shift the right foot over the left knee, and the right hip comes down. Arms come up, really reach for the ceiling here, then rotate to the right, right hand down behind your butt. And as the left arm crosses, press the collarbones open. Good, beautiful. Keep rotating, see if you can spiral behind that right shoulder. And relaxing. Nice. All right. So we're going to do our final series of tough drills before we get into the openings. And they're not really that tough. Not really. Not really. You're going to put your band back on your arms. I can't join you for this one. Again, this time, well, they still have to be away from your face. So it's still got to be around the just below your elbow kind of mark. We're going to lie down on our tummy. Really important that you're tucking your tailbone under and lifting your belly button up. So tailbone is down, your pubic mound is really pressing through the floor here. Arms are fully extended with the band on. Careful you don't pull your shoulders down and back. That's not going to help you. You want to think really broad and long through the arms. Really press away, lengthen as much as you can through the arms. We're going to do both the arms and the legs together for 10. Ready? Take a breath in. Exhale up and down. 2. Keep the legs straight. 3. Don't let them go too wide. 4. Squeeze the butt. 5. 6. We're going to hold at the top on 10. 8. 9. Hold. Get longer through the toes and the fingers. Now pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can take the band off for a minute. And now we get our cushions. Cushions are really kind. Some people use blocks for this exercise. I don't like some people. Blocks are mean. So we're going to get the cushions. So if you're using long cushions from your pillow, long ways, not that way. And they've got to be at belly button height and below. Cool. Any higher than that will make you ugh. Cool. So you want to be below the belly button. To support your pubic bone. Come on down. Hands are wide. It's fine if your feet are off the floor. Lift. 1, 2. Keep pressing down through the hands. 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 10, 7, 8. Try and keep the legs straight. 9, 10, and relax. Good. Now, if you can tolerate that, if that wasn't too uncomfortable, if we bring it back towards the center of the belly, we can do something really cool. If I could just kick in a block. Now you're going to put the band back on your arms at the same time as well, please, if that's okay. So you want to be right under the bottom of your chest and across the hips for this one. It's an alternating little seesaw for this next bit. So we're going to go arms up, arms down, arms up, arms down. Keep going, let me see you. Arms and legs is 1. You got 10 in total. Legs, then, oh yes, Haley's killing it. Good. Nice work, guys. Keep going. Come on, Lars. Arms down, legs. You got it, guys. And 2. Yeah, really good, Nina. Keep reaching long through the shoulder. I'm sure you must be done by now. Cool. All right. So, you know when sometimes we try and stretch, you can take the band off your arms, by the way, guys. You don't need that anymore. Sometimes when we try and stretch out our puppy pose, when our bum is up and our chest is down, it's really uncomfortable and you feel like you're choking because there's like so much of your face being pushed into the floor. We're going to see if we can make this much more comfortable today. So your chin will gently rest forward with the 2 cushions right underneath your chest and your bottom will be up in the air. I've got my hands in a push-up position, which is great for me, but some people like to bring their palms down and push their shoulders forward into the cushions. That's also totally fine. So as long as your neck is gently forward, you can be pushing through the jaw. You can also, if this is not comfortable for your face, stack. Bring the bottom cushion forward, move the top cushion back. So you've got more cushion under your chin. Then you've got to walk your knees in until your butt is right up high as you can stand it. Nice. We're going to bend one foot towards the butt and kick it up. Hold it there, stay nice and square. Try and kick yourself in the head 8 times. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Other foot comes to the butt. Lengthen it up. Squeeze. Kick yourself in the head. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Now we're going to tuck the toes and try and lift the knees and hold it for 8 seconds with straight legs. Take a breath in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slide it down. Bring the blocks away. Cushions. You don't need them anymore unless you want them under your knees. After the next part. Okay, spinal rolls. Well, cobras. So we've got our hands under the shoulders. We're going to start with our knees and ankles touching today. It's really important that they don't come apart. This might mean you need to move your hands forward to make your arch up accessible. Scoop that tailbone under, push the pubic bone through the floor, really squeeze the underbum. Roll the shoulders back and broad to begin. So don't squeeze them in, back and wide. Nose, chin, throat, chest. Start to peel up. Really squeezing into that butt. Keep those toes together. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Broad through the shoulders. Hold at the top and slowly down. We're going to do another one with the feet together. If that was only a 4 out of 10, move the hands further back. If that was above a 6 out of 10, move the hands a little forward. Let's go. Shoulders broad, squeeze them down away from the ears and start to peel. So we're going to peel back over all the vertebrae in the neck. Then we peel back over the vertebrae between the shoulders. And if we keep our shoulder blades broad, there's space. Think about the ones through the rib cage, peeling back over those vertebrae. Keep tucking the tailbone, squeezing now through the entire butt. Good. Come to the top. Hold for 10, 9. Squeeze those heels together. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back down. Just turn your hands into a pillow. Bring your feet wider and rock your hips. You can rock your whole body. All right, so we want those feet to be a comfortable distance apart. For me, it's about hips width. Don't go too broad. Really scoop the tailbone under, bring the hands back so the thumbs touch the head of the shoulders. Now, your elbows do need to stay close to your body, but your shoulders do not need to squeeze back. They need to squeeze wide, like squeeze wide and pull towards the hips, not in and towards your neck. That actually takes away the amount of space you've got to peel back over the spine. We want to use all the tiny muscles between the ribs. So think wide, rolling away. Nose, chin, throat. So peeling back vertebrae by vertebrae for another 20 seconds here. Good. Keep tucking the tailbone under. And the shoulders never come up towards the ears. We're pressing down through the shoulders. And once we come to the top of the movement, really squeeze the bottom, press the pubic bone down through the ground, lengthen through the muscles of the tummy and feel the heart push up towards the ceiling. Hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 20 seconds to come back down to the floor as well. So we come down through the pubic bone, down through the low belly, down through the upper belly. The ribs start to contact the floor. The chest contacts the floor. The chin tucks in. The forehead rests down. Bring the hands out. Have a little rock and roll. Just ease out the neck as well. So really release any tension. You're going to do exactly the same thing. 20 seconds up, 20 seconds hold, and then 20 seconds down, and I'm going to watch you. I've got you all on my big screen all at once, except for Ebony and Sylvia. Here we go. All right, so starting with the chin, peeling back over the neck, keeping that length. Good, slowly coming up. Finding that full range through the upper back, really trying to squeeze over all the tiny muscles. Beautiful, guys. That's looking really great. Keep lifting, keep lifting, keep lifting. Good, now we want to pull the shoulders back a little bit further, lengthen through the neck, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down for 20 seconds, really slow. Take your time. Nice, really, really good. Keep going, keep going. Beautiful. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Have a little rock and roll around on the ground. That was really beautiful, guys. Really lovely work. So we've worked all the muscles that we need to warm up to open our back bend. But for what we're going to be doing today, we also need to open up our quads and our hips a little bit more. I'm drinking water. Please feel free to join me. I'm not going to make you do anything more that's very difficult, no more down dogs or anything like that. I'm just having a little wiggle. Feel free to have a little wiggle at the back of your mat. And again, you're going to have your left knee down on the ground and your right foot forward. So if your left knee is cranky, put the cushion under it. So just step the right foot forward into your lunge. I want that heel in front of the knee. Squeeze your back butt cheek to push the hip forward. Bring your both hands onto the right knee, extend the arms, extend the chest up, bend the elbows, come forward. Press back and bend. 3. Don't throw the head back, keep the chin in. 2. Good. 1. Now we're going to slide the hands down. So the right shoulder is on the inside of the right knee. We're going to tuck the left toes under, lift the left knee back up. Squeeze the right knee into the shoulder as that left hip pulls forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See if you can take your hips lower down by sneaking the left foot further back. Lift the top of the right foot, turn it out to the side and push it back down. Lift the chest as you breathe in. Push the right knee wide to the side, breathing out. Good, keep the big toe on the floor. We're going to take a little forwards, backwards love here. Forwards, backwards. Not too much, keep the chest open, just a tiny rock, getting into that right hip and the left hip. Great, and rather than worrying about coming down onto our elbows, that's not what's important to us. On a back push, so push back and then bring that left knee back down. All right, so bring yourself back until you're up on your fingertips with a nice long chest. Keep everything else where it is. Really tuck the tailbone under, lift the chest up. You're going to bend that left leg, try and bring the heel as close to the butt as you can. I don't mind which hand grabs your foot to start with. Okay, so I'm going to grab with my right for lack of options and move closer to my wall. And it doesn't matter if you use a wall or something to lean on either. We're trying to stretch our quad, not be balancing masters. Great. So I've got my right hand on my left foot. I'm still trying to square with the front. Whichever one you're doing, keep the chest open, keep square to the front. Cool, all right, we're going to push that left foot into the hand for 5, 4, 3, push, 2, 1, relax. Can we pull it in closer to the bottom? Your body weight might move forward a bit. Again, push. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in closer. Keep breathing. Keep your shoulders open. Keep pulling that foot to your butt. Use the strap if you need to. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax it back. We're going to lift that right, straighten the right leg, push the hips back and just shake it out. That's intense. All right, swing the right leg back, come onto the knees. Before we do the other side, we're going to warm up our camels. So really tuck the tailbone under. Your hips have to come forward of your knees. This is not far enough. Cool? So hips forward of the knees. Bring your hands into your low back, press forward. Squeeze the shoulders down. We're not going to the center, we're sliding them down so there's room for you to express this chest. Really push those hips forward. Roll the shoulders down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sitting up nice and straight. Curl the ribs in. Have a little body roll. Whoosh. Let it get a bit bigger. All right, left foot, here we go. Forward into the lunge. Make it a long one. Make it a big one. Cool, if you want a proper cushion under your right knee, go to town. Hands are on that left knee. Cool, we start with the elbows bent. We're nice and easy. We push to straight arms, push back, 1. And the only thing that's coming back is our chest. 3, 4, straightening and bending the elbows. 5, good. Slide the left hand down the inside of the left foot, so we're on the hands. We're really squeezing the left knee into the left shoulder, right toes tuck, push the heel back. All right, so that right hip is pulling forward, the left knee is squeezing into the shoulder, hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the left big toe, turn it out to the side. All right, let's do some rocking. Take that left leg further back if you can. Really push the left knee away now. Good. Now we push back, bring the right knee down, come up onto the fingertips and lift the chest. The right foot is flexed. We're going to kick ourselves in the butt. 5. Don't let anything else move. 4, 3, 2, 1. If you need to shorten your stance to be able to reach your back leg, that's fine. Keep squeezing this right butt cheek, pushing the hips forward and find your right heel. Push the foot into the hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it close to your butt. Keep the shoulder rolling back. So if that means you need to take your hand over the top of the foot, do it. Square up to the front. We go again. Push the foot into the hand. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in closer. Good. Hold it here. If you want to tip into it a bit more, you can. That's totally fine. Just keep the shoulders rolling back and the chest pressing forward. 3, 2, 1. Release it. Pull back and just shake that left leg side to side. Camel 2. All right, team. Now, depending on how floppy and floopsy you're feeling, and maybe a little bit of this rolling in one direction, become a little jelly puddle. Someone's poked you and you're wobbling one way, and jelly puddle the other way. Let it be loose. Loosen everything back up. Okay, so now, we want to push those hips forward. You know how we do that thing where we peel one vertebrae at a time up from the ground? We want to peel back into our camel pose. Then you can see if one hand can touch down and come up, and then the other side can touch down and up. Push those hips forward of the knees. Roll the shoulders back. So lengthen to start with, start upwards. So we're going to peel from the tailbone. So the tailbone is through the low back. Feel the mid back start to arch. Feel all the vertebrae in the upper back arch. Feel the shoulders pulling back as the head pulls back. And if this feels great, bring one hand down to the side. If you feel really good there, bring the other hand over the ear. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Hand over the ear, back on the hip. Hand on the leg, back on the hip. Other side, hand over to the foot. Maybe arm over the ear. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Hand comes back, other hand comes back. Now you're going to push your hips back into your hands. Push your hips back, 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 and come all the way back down to sit. Nothing about the neck, nothing about the chest. It's just a nice, easy sit back. How are we feeling, guys? Starting to feel slightly bendy. Are we ready to stand up? We ready to stand up? So, I have a head. That's great. I'm going to start with my heels, a yoga mat's width away from the wall. They are hips, outer edge of my hips distance apart, and I tuck my tailbone forward. I'm going to stroke my hands up my body all the way to the ceiling, look back at my hands and find my wall. Now, I don't want you to bend your elbows and walk your hands down the wall. That is not your objective. You're going to slide out through the arms and up through the chest. So we're going to open, find the wall, slide out through the arms and out through the chest, pushing the hips forward and then coming back up. Don't make it harder than a 5 out of 10. Just find the wall, spread it, and bring it back up to stand. We're going to do that 3 times. Cool, so finding the optimum distance can be a little bit howsy bum, you know? So find your optimum distance, change it if you need to. All right, up we go. Hands to the wall, take a breath in, slide it out. Hold, all the way up. Hands come down, have a little jiggle. There's one, doesn't take long. You might be able to go a little deeper this time. That would be great. Arms come up, hips are forward, hands pull back, find the wall. Slide it out as you bend. It's okay to bend the knees. All the way up. And bring it down. Have a jiggle. You might want to curl a little bit here. Just feel into your low back. We got 1 to go. Roll it back up. Slide it all the way up. Lengthen. We're trying to create length here. Really lifting the ribs out of the hips. Extending through the shoulders. Spreading them wide down the wall. And then up. This time, fold all the way down. Bend the knees. Come to the ground. Now bend one leg, then the other. Let your hips shake from side to side. Allow the crown of the head to come down towards the ground. Nice. All right, rolling back up. We're going to use the cushion again. It's going to be under your left knee first. It's got to be right up against the wall. So the left knee is going to need to be right against the wall. So it's going to have to go over there. In order to get my knee right against the wall, I'm going to step forward onto my right foot. Actually, you can just place your knee next to the wall and then pick your left foot up and then walk your right foot forward. But the knee has to touch the skirting board, right? It has to be right against the skirting board. And then your right heel needs to be in line with your sit bone and your hip bone. And keep walking it out. Keep walking it out. Now, if you want to, you can put your hands on your knee. You can put your hands on your hips, whatever feels good. Try and really lengthen through the front of that left hip. So find where you feel quite splitty with that left foot and the left knee, both in contact with the wall. Straight line, it's vertical. From here, the arms come up. Lift up out of the hips. Find the wall. Take a breath in. Slide the hands wide to the side as the head comes down and you breathe out. All right, keep going. Take a breath in. See if you can come down a little further. Do it one more time. Maybe you can see your toes, maybe you can't. Keep squeezing that left butt cheek, pushing it forward. Slowly bring the hands up. Bring them to the inside of the right leg. All right, watch me on how to get out. You bring your hands to the inside of the right leg. Walk them to the left. Bring the left foot down to the ground. And you can sit back. And give that a shake. That's the first one. Let's do it again on the other side. You here to help me? So we get that right knee all the way back, bending in, left foot is forward. We make sure that this heel is in line with the butt cheek. We make sure this knee is in line with the other butt cheek. We're going to really push the hips down, really push them down. That knee's all the way back against the corners. Arms are going to come up. Good, so really push the hips down. Lift up out of the hips. See if you can find the wall. Keep opening the chest as the hands slide back. You might need to walk your left foot further forward I find that the further forward my leg is, the more I can bend backwards. Keep breathing, keep walking the hands down. Try and see your toes. And then slowly back up. Nice. Hi, baby. Bring the foot down. Okay, so this is the warm-up. That's the warm-up for the big back bend we want to work on. So I wasn't wanting to tire out your arms or bend them. We're going wide and long. Today's back bend, Trevor, you can't help me with this. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Today's back bend's really funky. So 2 weeks ago, we put our leg up in the air. Last week, we bent our knees and stuck our bum out. This week is something else again. I'm just going to get I'm going to show it actually. Yes, you will see my feet. That is a better thing. I'll show it to you both ways anyway. Hello. So we're going to do a wheel. It's going to happen. We're going to do our wheel. Trust me, you're warm enough, you're strong enough, you've got this. So once we're up in our wheel, just keep your feet a nice parallel distance. Really push one foot down into the midline. Take the top of the toes down onto the ground and see if your other knee can come to the floor. Like so. Pull. And then because you're in a lunge, you don't have to come out of it in a tricky way. You can just lunge. You can just come up. Isn't this wonderful? All right, so we're all going to take the right knee down to the floor first. So let's see the wheels. And if you're just working on your wheel, work on your wheel. Wherever you are is amazing. Great. So you're going to move your left foot closer to the center and really try and get your chest over your shoulders or hang out where you are. That's good, Laz. Keep working with it. That's looking really great. Try and push through your legs more towards your shoulders. Yes, so one leg comes to the middle. Take the top of the toe to the floor. Really push into the arms. Yes, you're going to find that center point. Come onto the top of the foot. Yes, Sam. Now step the other foot further forward. Don't go to the floor. So it's actually really challenging, but we've been working on this one already. Last week we did an exercise where we worked on wrists to the wall, and I think this is going to help you with this one as well. So let us work on this. Can we have 5 more minutes, please? So last week we worked on wrists on the wall to come into our back bend, and that's going to help keep you really stable as you look to get the leg in the correct position. So I'm going to do that and demonstrate it for you. I'll do the same leg again because that's the one that you'll see. Okay. I'm just going to angle this down a little bit so you can see me a bit more. So when I set up for my wheel, to give me more push, this is like reinforcements. Sometimes in the studio, we get to hold on to someone's feet. So you're going to spread those fingers wide, have the elbows right in front, push up. Try and get your chest to touch the wall. Get really, really comfortable on one foot. Find the other top of the other foot on the ground. Push away until that knee comes down. And then you can sit up. So push away through the wall until you can get the top of the knee on the floor. I believe in you, my little potatoes. You've got this. Good, wrists on the wall, arms nice and straight, get that chest on. Take the top of one foot, so you've got to get really steady on one leg. Come on, Weeds. Come on, Weeds. Yes, step the other foot forward. Yes, come on, Sam, step the other foot forward. And then you're going to use your core to come up into your lunge. No, she's gone back down. Come on. Yes, she's up. It's a tough one, isn't it? Good, that's good. All right. If you're just working on the wheel, yes, Haley's made it. She's down on the knee. She's up in the lunge. She's falling over a little bit, but she's still got there. That's great. I'm going to demo the other side while you guys rest for a second because I haven't done the other side. I don't think I've ever done the other side. Let's see how that works. Quick. Cha, cha, cha. So I'm going to really push into my right foot. Okay. Okay. Come on, left knee. Huh. Huh. Oh, it's hard. This side is hard. Oh. You got to really push forward to come up as well. This side is hard. Let's go. Let me see you do the thing. Do the thing. It's the last thing you've got to do today. The last bridge you got to do, Coops. Haley's killing it on this side. She's like, I know exactly where I'm going. And I'm going to sit up as well. Yes, sweet, nailed it. She's made it. Haley's nailed it. Yes, beautiful. Here she goes. Nina's getting closer. It's a really good little rock of the camera there. Anita's like, I'm done with back bends. And Sam's nearly getting there. This is good. Good homework. What my trick is, once I get that bottom knee down, I shift the other foot wide again. And that's what you need to do, Sam, to get up from there. Shift the other foot wide to give you more stability to come up. All the fun back bending shapes. Let's do a tiny little cool down. Just a little one. We've been folded in half for a really long time. Go straight down onto your back. Bring both knees up to your chest and both arms out wide to the side. We're going to take the knees over to one elbow, and I mean it when I say elbow. Extend the legs, let the feet drop down. Try and look back over the other shoulder. So this is the twist that is for your upper back. When we aim the knees up to the elbow, doesn't matter how far away the feet go. We need to get the space to relax because we've been trying to pinch those ribs together on the back really tight. Bring the space back. Come back to the center. Take the knees over to the left elbow and let your head go to the right. I got a really nice big crack just then. It was delicious. Excellent. Bring your knees up to the center. Take the left leg out long and straight. We're going to roll the right knee over to the left. I know it was the same direction we just went. That's okay. You can bring your hand onto your knee now and take your foot further away if you want to go a bit deeper. Come back to the center. Pop your right foot down. You can shift your hips over to the left. Left knee up to the chest. Words are going really well right now. And then roll your head to the left. Bring it back to the middle. We're going to take the feet out wide. Take the elbows to the insides of the knees, the hands to the little toe sides. Give your body a little rock and roll. This one's the sideways rock and roll. Now happy baby. And then bring the hands back underneath the knees. Curl the chin to the chest. Start your rock and roll. And try and keep the heels close to the bum. And then when you can sit up, bring the legs out in front of you, give them a shake, move the bottom back, bring the arms up by the ears and slowly fold forward. Just let the space between the shoulder blades open and relax. Let the back of the neck really relax, release the weight of the head. And slowly roll out through the spine. Cross the legs, roll over the knees, tuck the toes. Chin tucking in, press the hips back. Once we've got straight legs, nod the head yes. Shake the head no. And slowly roll up and stack. So really keep this one heavy through the upper body as you stack the vertebrae. At the top, the shoulders roll back and slide down. How are we feeling? Have we been noodly? Did we get some noodle time?